Hey, what's up everybody? Jay with Checklist Media here on YouTube and AnalogHype.com. Here today to take a look at the new Marvel Universe Legends series of Thor. Marvel Legends is back, and the first wave is now on shelves. And really the only figure that super interested me was Thor, because I think, as I've established over my YouTube videos, that I am a pretty big fan of Thor. And this is, really awesome figure. I was definitely looking forward to it. So when I happened to see it the other day, I definitely jumped on it. So this is the modern, modern get-up of Thor that we've been seeing in a lot of the, recent comics and recent figures and everything like that. This is, the Marvel Universe figure. Marvel Legends figure. These are the bigger, like 6-inch variation, as opposed to the normal 3 3/4-inch variations of the Marvel Universe line. They are branding it as Marvel Legends, as you can see on the packaging, Return of Marvel Legends, but they are also calling it Marvel Universe. So this is a Build-A-Figure collection, but with Thor. Thor is the only figure in this wave that does not come with a piece of Terrax. So you have to collect the other 6 figures if you're going to put him together. I like this one a lot. Not necessarily my favorite out of all the Thor pieces. I like it because of the scale. Not a fan of the way they're depicting him with his face. So for comparison purposes, I have the Marvel Universe, 3 3/4-inch figure. So it's not nearly as bad as that face, where he's got that kind of smushed in, broken in nose kind of look. And I know that they're kind of going with that in the comics, and obviously that's the whole purpose here. But I feel like the Marvel Select version did a little bit of a better job of depicting his face, if I can get him to stand up properly here. I do tend to kind of prefer the facial features that we kind of see here. It's more Thor-like to me, as opposed to, kind of smushed in here. I mean, I guess at the end of the day, it's not the biggest deal in the world. One of the other things that you'll kind of notice as I take this back and we kind of compare everything, the Marvel version, I don't know if they did as good a job with his chest piece and the placement of these kind of like studs that hold in place the cape. The cape kind of rests a little bit higher on the Marvel Legends figure than it does on the Select. Definitely prefer the Select overall. They're about the same size. I think the Legends version, the armor uses a little bit more of a blue tint than the grayscale. Does not match when you kind of compare Universe to Legends side by side, so they definitely went with a little bit more of a blue look on the Legends figure. I mean, again, these things are not, the end of the world, but, detail is something that all collectors kind of look at. So, I'm kind of showing off the whole I like Thor thing. Obviously, this is a bit, more old school, kind of, basing it off of the old school comics, and the face is definitely not as detailed as maybe some of the other ones, but I guess I kind of prefer that style face as opposed to, that one. But definitely I feel like this captures Thor kind of the way I kind of expected him, a little bit more so than, that. I mean, again, I'm nitpicking, but, still a great figure. So, obviously, the one that we're focusing on here is the Marvel Legends version, so let's get everything else out of the way. The cape is a cape. Kind of drapes over his shoulders a little bit. So, Mjolnir is, it's a hammer. Does not have, as I shake the camera, does not have, those famous words. But I guess that might have been considered a little bit too much detail. Does not have them on the select version either. So this is the packaging. So I was a little surprised to see how big the packaging was, I guess. I don't know that it should have been, but it was pretty thick. So this is what we have on the back here. I guess when that's the basis of comparison for the picture, they didn't do too bad of a job of the of the face sculpt. But I mean, when you look at that picture and you kind of compare the arms, they definitely got the arms wrong when it comes to color. The armor, I should say. And these are the other figures in the line. There's Terrax all put together. You got Steve Rogers, Hope Summers, Extremis Iron Man, Marvel's Claw, Constrictor, and Ghost Rider. I would probably get Ghost Rider. I do not understand how you can bring the line back and have this for the lineup. Steve Rogers I get, Extremis Iron Man I get, Hope Summers, Claw, and Constrictor I don't. I just don't understand, the purpose. I guess Terrax as the Build-A-Figure is okay. I'm sure there are comic book fans out there that are, looking forward to all these characters, but if you're going to bring the line back, I know that there are characters that have been done before, but, you're going to do those over and over again anyway. Like, why not start fresh? It's a refresher of the line. It does say, specifically, right here, only figures 1 through 6 above contain parts to build Terrax. And as you see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My brother ended up getting Constrictor, which is a nice enough figure. I guess the talk right now is how it's pretty much a reuse of Moon Knight through and through. And except for a new sculpt of the head and the little whiplash type arm pieces on Constrictor. Again, I don't have a problem with Constrictor. I kind of liked him in some of the Siege stuff, and I question the selection. I guess they're kind of picking up where they left off as far as choosing characters and everything, but I don't know. I guess Hasbro has never shown the most foresight in the world in putting some of these figures out. There's just a lot of characters, even over the last year, that have been really built up by Marvel. I don't know who makes those decisions, but I think maybe a few better ones need to be made. But all in all, I'm happy with the Thor. I'll obviously add it to my collection here. And, I guess if I had to rate it on a 10 scale, I'd probably give it a 7. The Marvel Select figure obviously is a few dollars more. I think this one was $17.99. And the Marvel Selects are usually about $20, $21, $22. But the Marvel Select came with like a little stand for Thor. And I think it's just a better overall figure. But, Marvel Select is like a 9. This is a 7. So, it's really not that far off. So, once again, thank you for watching. Subscribe, all those good things. I appreciate it. And, we'll catch you next time. I don't know what I have coming up, but I'm sure it'll be fun. We will catch you later. Jay with Shock Blast Media and AnalogHype.com.